Mr. Clutch, when they needed you.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, man, up a weight, up at 97. You were 84 for the last, 3 years, I want to say. You kind of bounced back and forth, right?
Yeah.
Okay, first things first. What's your GPA?
3.99. Close to a 4 and out of 4.
What program?
Mechanical engineering.
I love it. And this is it. Is this or you got one more?
So I'm in an accelerated master's program. So I'll finish my undergrad this semester, but I've been taking master's classes for the last year or so. So I've been doing well in those. So I could stay and get my engineering master's, or I could go somewhere and get an MBA. I got options. So.
How good does this feel? So you kind of put him in the position. Buck ultimately closes it, but you put him in the total driver's seat at 97 when you get that last takedown in the third period. And it was kind of back and forth. He's athletic. He's pretty freaking hard to deal with. Great balance on the edge. Can't finish some of your takedowns. When you get that takedown, you finally wear him down and you get the win. What's going through your mind?
It's just, it's an awesome feeling. To wrestle in an atmosphere like that and to lock it up and to come in clutch and get that last takedown. It's so motivating. You work so long and so hard to be able to wrestle on a stage like this. And then you go out there and you scrap. And the way you wrestle in the room every day, it goes out and it reflects in how you do on the mat. And personally, I try to pride myself every day in showing up and trying to make my teammates better and pushing myself and lifting them up. And, I feel like that kind of shows when you go out there and you're able to, you don't get tired in the third period and you get the last takedown and win, secure the duel. So
Tate was pretty frustrated when we just talked about how the whole dropping of the program was done, and he got borderline emotional. He didn't. Got to give him some credit. I'd have been waterworks, but he talked about, how they did it to you guys was just really out of the blue and managing the emotions and the MAC tournament's coming up and you got more years if you want them, but maybe you won't. And now this is going to change everything, right? What was it like for you when they announced it to you?
It was tough, but, my first reaction is in grieving for me is I try to make a joke out of it. We're all sitting in there in that room and they told us 15 minutes before, we have an emergency meeting. And I'm trying to be the positive guy in the room, hey, this is a big joke, we'll be fine, we'll be all right, And then things reality started to set in a little bit. It's oh man, this is our last shot to wrestle together if this thing doesn't come back. So, I think for me, it's just bringing everybody together and acting like we're a real family. I feel like the day after we were told we had a duel, we had 2 duels. We blanked Bloomsburg and then we beat Clarion. And I feel like that day we just really came together as a team and, we had the inside-out singlets, and we weren't wrestling for them, we're wrestling for us. We're wrestling because, we're brothers, and we wanted to come out and support each other. And that's what we do every day. And we pass these shirts out, say, Cleveland Wrestling Team, we are a family. It's a fact. Everybody that's come through this program, it's a family. You get these values that we all share, and, it's a great thing to be a part of. And it's unfortunate that it's going to potentially come to an end. I know we're fighting our asses off and trying to do everything we can to bring it back. But from what we've heard, they said the decision's final. For me, the most frustrating part is, you try to track down the dollars and see how they went about making their decision, and it doesn't really add up. Bernie Moreno sent the president of our university a letter today that kind of outlined some of the gripes that I've had is, you look at all this information, wrestling brings $100,000 to the school every year. And a couple other key points, and you look and you can't put the pieces together and say, how were we the ones that had to go? When you have some other programs that are bleeding money, and I won't get into that, but personally, I'm fighting my ass off, trying to do everything I can to save the program, and we'll see what happens. And regardless, we're all better for coming here and lacing it up, and we scrap every day and we fight, and that's who we are. And and if it's the cards we're dealt that we don't get to come back next year, I'm sure everybody's going to keep on fighting, and whether that fight's not on the mat anymore or whether it's in the classroom or going to another school, these guys are we're gonna keep working hard because that's who we are, and that's our identity. So we're not gonna stray away from that.
Do you think we're close enough to the door where they wanted us to do interviews? They wanted us to do interviews outside.
Yeah, so
they wanted me to take you outside in your shorts. You're in your singlet right now. You're literally, you don't even have shorts on. They wanted me to take you outside wet to do an interview. How absurd is that, and how almost par for the course is it for this whole thing?
Yeah, it's crazy that they don't want to let us speak our mind, because you have a right to free speech, and we should be able to talk about this and express our emotions and tell people, my initial reaction to us getting cut was, okay, they don't see the value in our program, so this is our opportunity to show them where the value's at. And we need to show them and be vocal and show them what kind of impact that we've had on this community and what kind of impact we're going to continue to have on this community. I forget where I was going with that, but
I think you were going, your passion towards Cleveland State wrestling.
Yeah, and to be,
You don't need to be going anywhere. You just got to be going that you love this.
And it's not like we're over here trashing on other programs, trashing on the administration. Like, we just want to show you, like, who we really are and our identity and the values that we've had instilled in us through this sport, and how we're trying to share those with the local community. And we have guys coaching at West Shore, coaching at Beat the Streets, Notre Dame. Like, we have guys coaching youth wrestling all over the place. And you look at some of these other programs, like the basketball team, and you get all these guys from across the country, and they bring them in, and they're either coming in and they're going to transfer and follow the coach when he leaves because he's on $1 million deal and he's going to go get a bigger deal somewhere else. But these guys, like, we have 30 guys on our team from Cleveland that grew up here. They love this community. Personally, I grew up going to games at the ballpark, going to Browns games. Like, I love Cleveland. I want to be in this area. I want to live in this area, and I want to make a positive impact in this area. And I feel like by cutting this program, and you see the support that we have, you're just eliminating opportunity for guys to contribute. And I think that's kind of a travesty.
Will you be donating money to Cleveland State University if this program's dropped?
No. I will be donating money wherever Coach Moore goes, because I believe in him. I believe in Coach Fred. I look up to those guys so much. Coming out of high school, I wasn't this glamorous recruit. As a guy, I had good grades and was probably going to contribute in the classroom and help the team GPA, but I never placed at state. And, they took a chance on me, and I just put my head down. And I told my coaches in high school, they were like, man, you might be hamburgered when you go up there. You're going to get torn up, But I was like, I don't care if I'm a practice guy for 3 years, which ended up happening. I redshirted, then my freshman year, I was behind Anthony Perrine, and then my sophomore year, I can't remember. Anyway, you put your head down and you just work so hard. I forget where I was going with that.
You're not going to donate money.
Oh, yeah, right. And you just, I don't know, I believe in these coaches so much.
You're going to donate money where they go.
Yeah.
The Joey Lyons money train will follow Coach Moore and Coach Freddie.
Yeah.
That's where you were going.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
All right. You got anything else for me?
I don't.
I love it.
I appreciate it.
You got me fired up. Thank you for the time. Thanks for letting us stay in here and not going out in the 10-degree weather.
Yeah, that would suck.
I appreciate you, and good luck to you at the MAC tournament.
Thank you, sir.
Dude.